Hi Taurus, how's it going? I hope you're doing awesome today. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn. I'm going to do a general reading for you. I've already cleared the energy of the cards and shuffled. I pulled 10 cards for a Celtic cross spread. It's just in 2 rows for me, but this is a Celtic cross spread. I pulled one overall energy card. This will tell us what the overall energy of your reading message is about. An animal spirit message. You got the sea serpent. So you can see some of your cards came out reversed. What that means is that spirit is giving you extra protection. But yeah, let's get started. Always check your sun, moon, rising signs in case you have messages over there. And if the messages repeat, I believe that Spirit really wants you to get the message. So I'll try and catch that and let you know. And if this reading gives you any guidance, insight, confirmation, if you could please let me know. I would love to hear from you. So the overall energy of your reading is the Chariot card. This card is a major arcana. It came out reversed. So the Chariot card is all about, it's represented by Cancer in astrology. It could be about a lack of direction, a lack of control. It's a card of self-discipline. So Spirit is recommending that you have more self-discipline in your life at this time. And again, I just wanted to say it's a general reading, so just take what resonates with you and leave the rest. It's a card about being forcefulness, opposition. It's a card that talks about no control or no direction, feeling powerless, being blocked by obstacles. It could represent a lack of self-control. So you may need, you might need to back off or change direction when it comes to a project, or you may have lost your motivation and no longer feel as committed to the outcome as you once did. If something isn't moving forward as you planned, reevaluate the situation and check in to see if you need to change course. You may be letting obstacles and challenges get in the way, preventing you from achieving your goal. Think about what matters to you most. Don't allow other people's opinion to sway you. Follow through on your commitment. You may be focusing your energy and attention on your internal processes. Tighten the reins and become more disciplined in what you are doing. Look at what you can control and what you cannot. Examine what you can do to improve the situation. But you may be trying to control every minute detail in your life. If so, loosen your grip and let things run their course. Be open to offers of help. You do not always have to be in the driver's seat. This card could also be warning you against two possible things. First, beware of letting others take control of you. And second, there's a danger of you running over everyone in your path in your haste to reach your goal. So it might be wise to slow down and see what lies ahead before you go barreling. down the road. Okay. And again, extra protection from spirit since it came out reversed. Your overall energy of the reading is, spirit is saying that the changes and transitions that are happening internally, okay, and at a rapid rate. Things are moving so fast that you may feel out of control and struggle to keep your head above water. Maybe it feels like you're being pulled in two directions at once and are stressed out by the pressure. Choose a direction carefully and accept the process of inner transition as a positive one, but be clear about your direction in life. The more you can tune into your own transition process, the more control over it you can exert. Then your first card is the Eight of Pentacles. This card represents your current situation, and it came out upright. This is Virgo energy. So this card is all about having high standards. It's a card of accomplishment, hard work, self-employment, dedication, repetitive tasks, being diligent, financial security. This is the Eight of Pentacles is known as the apprenticeship card. It's a card of skill development, talent, expertise, commitment, mastery. It could represent a new job, success, confidence, attention to detail. You're working hard to improve your skills and become a master at what you do. You may have recently changed your work, education, or financial circumstances. Now you're applying your sheer determination and concentration to master the new skill that you're learning. You are diligent and hardworking, and you are applying yourself fully to whatever it is, to whatever is at the center of your attention. As you do the same task over and over, you work your way towards mastery of your craft. And through your perseverance and unwavering attention, you create success. There is a very hard-working and conscientious energy that is present in your life. Keep doing what you're doing, as it will eventually lead to success. Events are unfolding that will lead you to the right path. Continue working on yourself too. The energy you invest in your development will be worth the while. So I'm just going to make a note of that. Eight of Pentacles. Because I think that's an important message to you, for you, especially when I look at the rest of your cards. Keep working on yourself too, okay? Because you got the Empress card reversed, but we'll get to that. The Eight of Pentacles says you've taken up a new job, craft, art, or activity, and it's not an easy road. For being a beginner brings a hard learning curve and tedious repetition until you get it perfect. But because you have a goal and the passion that comes with a new endeavor, it's likely the bumpy beginning part of your journey will not discourage you. You're integrating old skills into a new form, or you're adding new skills. You've tried various means of making your living, and you are now finalizing how you want to use your personal resources to fulfill your needs and expand. Your sureness of purpose guarantees success. Your craftsmanship will be rewarded by increased income, opportunity, and respect. This card suggests developing and applying your skills in a productive manner. You know what you want and how to go about achieving it. So if you're sincere and persevere, your efforts will succeed. A business or project will prosper as a result of refining your craft or improving your processes. A new venture brings success because you're training yourself intensively with a clear goal in mind. Okay? And then you have the Page of Swords reversed. This card represents what's crossing you or what's challenging you or your situation or what you're celebrating. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. The Page of Swords can be male or female in a general reading. Page of Swords is defensive, gossipy. She or he represents deception, manipulation. This person is all talk, scatterbrained, cynical, sarcastic. Again, Spirit is saying there's a lack of planning. Okay? Page of Swords reverse is rude. Someone who has their head in the clouds. Someone who's blunt or abrasive. Again, could represent malicious gossip, receiving bad or disappointing news. Is defensive, a player, plays mind games, is paranoid. You're holding back from expressing your truth, especially in a public forum. You prefer to express your thoughts and opinions privately. Maybe you write in your journal, or you're writing a book just for yourself and nobody else, or you have a point of view about a public issue but have not defined your message. Let go of fear and shout your message from the rooftops. You may be all talk, no action. Be careful about making promises you know you cannot keep or saying things you'll regret later. Before making a commitment, make sure you can deliver on it. Be wary of other people's commitments to you. Ensure they deliver on what they promise. This Page of Swords reversed can be a know-it-all and may try to impress you with big stories of his or her past and his or her achievements, which later you find out are big exaggerations of the truth. You may be acting hastily without thinking things through. You have a lot of energy behind you, but you're not using it effectively. Tackle things one at a time rather than trying to manage everything at once. Doing so will lead to more meaningful outcomes. You may be annoying others by your constant questioning and challenging ideas. Don't shoot the messenger, Taurus. This is not from me, this is from Spirit. While you may just be trying to understand a situation or a concept better, there are more constructive and non-threatening ways to go about it. Be conscious of how you may come across to others and only challenge or question those ideas that are important to you. Okay? This Page of Swords can represent someone who's having trouble getting it together. Although this young person is attractive, charming, eager, confident, clever, active, he or she isn't strictly on the right track. This page could be someone who's sponging off others, maybe their parents or friends, or it could represent someone who is bad-tempered or capable of spiteful action. Insecurity lies at the root of this person's actions. Okay? This page wants to know it all, but is more interested in knowing things they shouldn't or that others would rather they not know. And this person is not likely to keep any secrets no matter how much they promise. And then your foundation card is the Six of Swords. This card represents the basis of your situation or foundation. It's Aquarius energy. So this card is about going through a transition. Moving on, leaving something behind, breaking free from old patterns. That you're going in a different direction. You've changed your direction. You're going through a general change, a rite of passage. You're releasing baggage. You're accepting lessons. It's a card of respite. I can never say that word. Retreat, healing, going on a journey. Could be a journey by water. You're going through some kind of personal transformation. Your reputation is restored. This card can represent sadness or loss as you move away from something in your past. You're still carrying memories or baggage from your past into your future. You're leaving a tumultuous situation and heading towards a more peaceful and supportive environment. You're in a state of transition, leaving behind what was familiar and moving towards the unknown. Maybe you're moving house, leaving a relationship, changing jobs, or going through a rite of passage. Or it could be a mental shift. This change may be your own doing or forced upon you, and you feel sad to leave behind what was so familiar to you. You know this move is essential to your growth, though. The sadness over what you have lost or released will soon be replaced by greater mental clarity and a renewed acceptance of change. Let go of what was holding you back. I just want to make a note of this because I think this is a really great message for you. Let go of what was holding you back. Decide what you need to take with you and what you can leave behind. Okay? Moving from rough waters to smooth. You're leaving a bad situation and heading toward resolution. And although you're headed in the right direction, this card reminds you to remember the troubles you've gone through and to learn from them. They're all opportunities for gaining wisdom. This card could say you're going on a trip, or it could represent a change of scenery. Some of you are putting past troubles behind you. This card could mark the beginning of a new phase after a time of upheaval. You've rebalanced yourself and are enjoying a new peace of mind. This is the calm after the storm, a period of smooth sailing with relatively few problems ahead. This is a time of integration or reintegration. Harmony and ease prevail. New people you can trust are coming into your life. After some intense suffering, you now feel optimistic and balanced. Again, it could indicate a move or a journey over water. The destination may be unknown, or the effects of the move may be uncertain, but luck is on your side and any change you make will go smoothly. And then your fourth card represents your past, but is relevant to your current situation. And you have the Ace of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. This is a card about love, renewal, abundance, joy, contentment, new relationships, happiness, fertility, spirituality, emotional expression. It's a card about new beginnings, a new love, or a one-on-one relationship of any kind. Previously unfelt emotions come into play now. Again, this is your fourth card. It represents your past, but is relevant to your current situation. So maybe previously unfelt emotions come into play now, perhaps as a result of seeing a relationship in a new way. This card could also represent a birth of a child or an idea. It's a fertile time for emotional or creative growth, as this ace symbolizes the consummation of something hoped for. This card is a gift of love. It can take the form of a new romantic interest, a creative desire, or a spiritual awakening. At this time, your life is filled with possibilities and abundant, joyful emotions. All you need to do is embrace the moment and use that energy for the start of something wonderful. It's a card of renewal. You're open to creative expression, especially when you can allow your emotions to shine through your endeavors. You may be inspired to start a new project, take an art class, or maybe even engage in interpretive dance. Let your imagination and talent go to new possibilities. This card represents a new relationship. You're so glad to have met someone with whom you can share a special connection. Give yourself permission to open yourself to giving and receiving unconditional love. And you will notice that affection flows effortlessly when you're in this loving state of mind. See this as a time of giving and not taking, and make the most of any opportunity to help others. You have the power to share your inner radiance and positive energy, bringing great happiness to those around you. The more you give, the more you receive on multiple levels. Okay, and again, this card could signify conception, pregnancy, or birth. It may mean birth of an idea. And then your fifth card represents your immediate future, what's likely to happen very soon in your life. And you got the Queen of Swords reversed. This is either you, someone in your life, or a situation. She is represented by Libra in the zodiac. So the Queen of Swords is someone who is bitter, pessimistic, cold-hearted, malicious, manipulative, harsh, deceitful, cruel, unforgiving. a cheater. She lacks empathy. She's rude. Again, Spirit is talking about malicious gossip. She has repressed trauma. She's infertile, dysfunctional, dependent. She could represent an absent mother. She represents poor communication. She's unforgiving. She's scatterbrained. She represents mental fogginess. Someone who is not learning from the past. Spiteful, vindictive. You may be, and she may be overly emotional, easily influenced, cold-hearted. You may allow your emotions to get the better of you as you put your heart before your head. You may be emotionally involved in a particular issue, and it could be distorting your perception. You need to use your head a bit more to understand what's happening. Take an objective look at it. Your relationship may be clouding your vision. You're allowing others to dominate you. That's what they were talking about earlier with the control. I would make a note of that for sure. You're allowing others to dominate you. And negatively affect your ability to make decisions. You don't want to rock the boat. You need to be more hard-edged, confident, and assertive to be successful. Careful consideration is essential now. And at times, this Queen reversed can come across cold-hearted, resentful, and bitchy. She may represent a part of you or someone else you're dealing with. You may be putting others offside and losing your supporters, isolating yourself from others, and being seen as narrow-minded, intolerant, and mean. This Queen is cold, judgmental, harsh. While extremely smart, her gifts are tarnished by pain and bitterness, and she tends to use her knowledge and tongue to cause unnecessary pain. She could mean that this Queen of Swords reversed could mean you're not dealing well with a loss. There may be sadness, withdrawal, or mourning beyond reasonable expectations. She could also represent a situation where you feel bogged down emotionally, wallowing in pain. The outcome that you desire most in your situation is the Page of Wands. Now this is either you, someone in your life, or a situation, male or female. Pages are messengers. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy. So this card could represent a new opportunity. The Page of Wands is someone who is finding their passion. If this is you, you're finding your passion. You're charismatic. You're adventurous. You have fresh ideas. You're fearless, energetic. It could represent receiving a letter or a phone call, because pages are messengers. Could be about a new job, a career, travel, or something of a spiritual nature. It's a card of freedom, excitement, exploration. If this is you, Taurus, you have limitless potential. You're making new, exciting plans. Receiving good news. Page of Wands, playful, active, inspired, imaginative, youthful, determined, free thinking, confident, intelligent, She could represent rushing into things. She could represent word of mouth, someone who's full of energy and optimistic. You're inclined to give everything and everything a go. You embrace the opportunity to start out on a new journey or project and see where it takes you. You don't necessarily have a solid plan in place, nor do you really know where you're headed, but you're excited about the possibilities. You have a gift for dreaming up new creative ideas, unfettered by the burdens of everyday life. Nothing will get in the way of your dreams. You're experiencing creative restlessness, but you're not going anywhere just yet. Run your thoughts through a filter so that you only act on those most aligned with your broader goals. A spiritual path or journey may be calling you. You have a curious mind and are intrigued to see where this might lead. You may benefit from working with a wise mentor. So they're repeating that message. I would make a note of that for sure. So you might be receiving an important positive message regarding your current project or situation. It usually references work, but it could be of a social nature. This Page of Wands could be a younger relative or friend in your life, an apprentice, a student, or an assistant. This is either, again, you or someone in your life. They've already talked about the apprentice card again. This page is an enthusiastic adventurer and may be interested in international travel, foreign cultures and people, the arts, or philosophic projects. And then your self-image card, how you see yourself, is the Queen of Pentacles, male or female, in a general reading. So the Queen of Pentacles is represented by Capricorn. How you see yourself: supportive, a healer, stable, down to earth, warm, comforting, welcoming, sensible, luxurious, healthy, contented, mature, grounded, loyal, a homemaker, no nonsense type of, you're a no nonsense type of person. She represents financial security, financial independence. She represents a wonderful mother, has high social status, enjoys the finer things in life. She could be a social butterfly. She's generous. She could be a businesswoman. She's caring, nurturing, a homebody, practical. She could be a witch. She enjoys her creature comforts. She has great business sense. You're upbeat, courageous, determined. You're here to see through your creative visions and life purpose. Stay fiercely determined and focused on your goals while being friendly and optimistic with those around you. Be bold in your undertakings and actions. Don't be afraid to own your real power. You have so much to offer. Shine your light bright. Believe in yourself and what you stand for. Don't be afraid to speak up and be heard. You instill confidence in others, and you give them the power and self-assurance that they can achieve anything. You are expressing yourself fully in your external world. Put yourself out there and meet new people. They will be drawn to your light. Get to know your shadow self. While you may want to protect this part of yourself, This card encourages you to express this side more openly with others. Yeah, you're very supportive. The Queen of Pentacles is the nurturing mother of the material world. You're embodying the ultimate working parent archetype. You care for your family and domestic responsibilities while also making a living for yourself and creating financial abundance. You maintain a healthy balance between home and work. You strive on creating a warm and secure environment for your family and loved ones while giving your love and support freely. It's important to you to live independently. You may be trying to strike a balance between your home and your work lives. Again, she represents prosperity and security. You've worked hard to generate a level of financial or physical security. Maintain a compassionate, nurturing, practical, and down-to-earth attitude when dealing with others. Focus on creating a calm and balanced life. This queen could also represent a mother figure in your life who can provide you with loving support and nurturing to help you get through the influences of your past. She may be a teacher, a counselor, a mentor, Spirit's bringing that up again, or someone who you are very close to. If you're investing a lot of yourself into nurturing and caring for others and creating an established and comfortable lifestyle, she could represent a part of you. She's also a generous woman who's an excellent manager in practical and financial areas. And again, she's at home in her body and enjoys her creature comforts. As an advisor, she will be fair. She is pragmatic and realistic and wants to see that the money she distributes produces tangible results. And if she doesn't represent it could show a harvest after much labor, security, and smart use of resources. And then your environment, or how others see you in your situation, you have the Nine of Swords reversed. Again, extra protection from Spirit since it came out reversed. Gemini energy. This is a card of recovery. It's telling you to have faith, have hope, reach out for help if you need help. It's a card of despair, learning to cope, facing life, finding help, improving. It's also a card of secrets, shame, guilt, mental health issues, inner turmoil, deep-seated fears. It's telling you to release worry. It's a card of giving up, self-pity, self-loathing, extreme guilt, regret, remorse. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. Spirit is saying have faith, okay? Let go of negativity and stress. You're learning to cope. This is a card of malicious gossip again. So Spirit's repeating that, what is that, 3 or 4 times now? You're experiencing inner turmoil as a result of your mindset. Your negative thoughts are taking you in a downward spiral of despair and anxiety that contradicts reality. You're making you're making things feel much worse than they really are. You may try to keep your worries private and personal, but if you are struggling, it may be time to confide in others. Others will offer you a new perspective. You may be gripped by fear. Release your limiting beliefs, crippling fears, and self-doubt. You may be incredibly hard on yourself or engaging in negative self-talk. Make a more conscious effort to quit negative self-talk. You may have already worked through this period of worry and depression and are making a recovery. You may realize things are not as bad as you made them out to be. Maybe you're having to deal with insomnia and the use and perhaps abuse of sleep-inducing drugs. Be careful of that, Taurus, okay? It's time to examine belief systems that no longer apply to your life and that are standing in the way of your progress. You may be suffering because you refuse to face the cause of your problems. Honesty is called for if you are to resolve the situation. And then your hopes and fears, what you hope for and or fear the most in your situation is the Empress card, Major Arcana, the Mother. She came out reversed. This is a card of emptiness, infertility, insecurity, someone who is overbearing, someone who is negligent, someone who's dependent on others. It's a card of disharmony, a lack of self-reliance, emptiness, a lack of progress, a lack of confidence, overbearing tendencies, a lack of growth, a creative block. This card is telling you to make love and self-care, make self-love and self-care a priority. Now's the time to bring your loving energy and focus to yourself, especially if you've been giving away your personal power by placing too much emphasis on another person's emotional or material needs, thus neglecting your own. It's essential that you fill your cup and care for yourself, so then you can take care of others without resentment. You may also crave a stronger connection with nature and Mother Earth. You may be feeling a creative block. You may worry whether it will be a success or if your work is appealing to others. For now, don't bother about what others think. Allow your creative energy to flow, even if it means keeping it private. There may be issues related to body image. Learn to love your body. You may take the mothering role too far, becoming overprotective, codependent, and controlling. Shift your focus to an adult to adult relationship, okay? This card reverse could indicate the possibility of too much nurturing and a danger of smothering something or someone, or you may be trying to rush a situation, a creation, or a project. So if so, Spirit is saying just back off and let nature take its course, okay? But make sure you're nurturing yourself. It's time to nurture yourself, okay? You may have been spending too much time caring for others. Maybe you've just had a baby and you really feel worn out, you need to take some time out for yourself, and instead of neglecting your own needs, okay? So it's time for self-love, balance, and the awareness that you deserve the same care and attention that you give to your loved ones. And then your future, if all is to remain as is the Seven of Swords, and it came out reversed. So the Seven of Swords is Aquarius energy. This is a card of deception again, regret again, self-deception, keeping secrets again, ignoring warnings, running away from consequences. It's a card of confession, confessing, coming clean, rethinking an approach. This card is telling you that the truth will be revealed. Your conscience is kicking in. This card reversed represents having the imposter syndrome, turning over a new leaf, getting caught. It's a card of cheating, someone who is dangerously two-faced, someone who's malicious. Seven of Swords reversed. This is your future, like maybe 3 to 6 months from now. This card warns that a tricky plan will not work out, and whoever attempts it will be exposed. Maybe you feel like a fraud and are suffering from imposter syndrome. You may doubt yourself and your abilities, but just know that this is fear talking. Get out of your head and trust that you have everything you need to make your new venture a success. You're deceiving yourself, trying to trick yourself into believing something even though it is out of integrity with your true self. You may attempt to fool yourself that everything is okay when it is not. It's time to get real with where you are and confront your situation head on. As a card of inner deceit, this card represents keeping secrets hidden from others. You may be keeping a dark secret that you hope will never be revealed. Keeping this secret may bring you stress and tension and feelings of guilt and shame. Even though the thought of confessing may be horrifying, it will free you from the negative emotions you are experiencing. Forgive yourself first, then confide in someone you trust. You will feel much lighter when you do. If you're involved in an affair or extramarital relationship, this card shows a growing reluctance to keep up the charade. You or your partner may feel increasingly uncomfortable with this relationship and would much rather come out in the open. And Seven of Swords reverse is all about deception. Maintain caution and vigilance in all things during this period. Stay open-minded and flexible so that you can respond to changes quickly. You may be experimenting with different plans of action, getting various points of view, okay? But you have the upper hand over a tricky situation, but you still need to exercise caution. Discrimination and discretion are required. Okay, this card is urging caution in all dealings. Secretive action or indirect communications may be occurring behind your back. Nothing is quite what it seems to be. You have to use your wit to achieve your aims. Be wary of overconfidence. You may appear to be on top now, but being too cocky could do you in. And then your animal spirit message. You have the sea serpent was the card that came out for you. So this card is, the energy of this card is all about healing emotional wounds and expressing desires. The sea serpent represents the energy of expression, whether it's emotions, creativity, sensuality, or desire. The sea serpent helps us move and direct our energy into a healthy current. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. We know what we desire most. Our hearts are at ease and our relationships are meaningful and enduring. We loosen the grip of self-judgment and we let the cool waters of forgiveness in to heal our wounds. When the energy of the sea serpent is not yet activated, our emotions and creativity are left in the muddy waters. The current of expression stagnates in some areas of our lives, and in other places it floods. It's important to remember, no matter what the waters of our emotional lives look like, the sea serpent loves us just the same. Like a mother, she wraps herself around us in a gesture of protection. She supports us as we learn to express our true natures. Okay, so and also I wanted to mention, when this card comes out, I want you to do some work on your second chakra too, okay? Do some research on that, because I'm going to stop the reading now. It's been almost an hour, but I want you to do some research on your second chakra and do some healing in that chakra, okay? If you want, you can see I have my Master Reiki. You can see my diplomas behind here. I do distance Reiki for people all over the world. If you want, I can help you with that. But yeah. So that is your reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to channel these messages for you today, Taurus. I'm really grateful. I hope you enjoyed the reading and you got some guidance or insight from it. Take good care of yourself, and I will see you next time, okay? Bye.